Hey everyone, my name is Alex, and this is my art channel. Now today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different. You see, there are many different types of people in the world. We all have our own different ways, and things that come to us are different perspectives, things we like, things we don't like, things that we feel and we want to express. And for those of us who are into art, our art should be able to do that. With art, we can say how we feel. But sometimes we may find ourselves, whether painting or drawing or sketching or whatever it is, doing the same thing over and over and over. Perhaps we may find ourselves making the same sort of art style over and over, drawing from the same sort of perspectives over and over, drawing the same subjects over and over. Or maybe we're new to painting and we just don't know where to start. So what can we do to switch things up? Well, in today's video, we're going to be discussing several different things that have helped me personally switch up my pattern, keep my painting ideas fresh, and keep up that love of art. So today we're going to be talking about diversifying art. Now, what do I mean when I say that? Well, when I think of diversifying our work, I think of learning to do things in a variety of ways. Now, for art, that can be a variety of subjects or colors or focal points or styles, a lot of different things. So what does that mean for us today? When it comes to painting and diversifying our art, we can do it in three ways that I'm going to discuss in the video. We can change up our perspectives. We can also change up the subject matter that we choose to draw or paint. And we can also change our style. Well, let's get into that. Now, when it comes to diversifying our art, and specifically in our perspective, I like to think of how a movie camera, or a camera is filming a movie there. You can have that camera situated in many different spots, trying to get the precise angle or perspective that we want. Now that can show from a close-up shot, showing more details and a little bit more emotion in the face or subject. We can also be far away and show our shot from a distance to show a little bit more context of the situation. Another way we can diversify our perspectives is by changing the size of the canvas or whatever medium we happen to be working with. We could do smaller paintings like this, or we could do something a bit larger. Another way that I think about diversifying our art perspective is the focal point. Now here's a painting I did rather recently. We see three people in it. Clearly it's a band being painted. We see another person with a bass or a guitar, a drummer, and the singer. But our eyes are drawn towards the singer. Now, I also wanted to show that these other people were in the band, but it gave them respect by having them painted in different colors, so we could still see what their doing was. But at the end of the day, I had the focal point be the singer. So that's just a couple of different ways. We can switch things up. So that way we can change the focus, we can change the subject, we can change a lot of different things for our perspective. Now, when it comes to diversifying the subject matter of our art, there's a lot of different things we can do. Now, why is this important? Because often many people find themselves doing the same particular thing over and over. Some people draw characters over and over. They do portraits over and over. They do just beach photos over and over, or whatever it is. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you enjoy it. But there's nothing wrong with also branching out, trying different things. Now, this may not be easy for everyone to branch out in such different ways. So here's a couple of different things to keep in mind. Let's say you're used to drawing faces of people or headshots. Perhaps switch to another part of a person. Draw hands, draw his feet, draw full body. Lots of different options there. Now, I like to switch up what I'm choosing to paint because it's good for me to keep things fresh. It's good for me and my mental health. And I like many different things. I like to try my hand out and see if I can do that, where I can push myself to be a little bit more skilled. That doesn't mean I get to be good at everything. No, not at all. But it means I try. That way, there's no harm in trying, seeing if you like something, and maybe you could use that skill in the future. Now, speaking of trying new things, here's our third subject. Now, when it comes to diversifying our style, there's a couple of different things we can keep in mind. Things that'll keep it easy, but also keep it fun for us as well. For example, let's take a look at two beach paintings I made. One is a beach where the lines of the sand are a bit more jazzy and hand-drawn, and you can clearly see someone took some artistic liberties there. Here's another example of a beach. This one seems to have a little bit more texture and a little bit more grounded realism to it. I painted both of them, but I wanted to try different ways of doing it with each painting. I wanted to see, do I like trying it with a more jazzy, different lines going on, or do I like it with different textures? Why might this be a good idea? Well, this might be a good idea because sometimes the painting we make, it may be a lot easier to draw out those different focal points or other things if we have different textures, or we're able to draw our eyes in a different way because we're drawn to something else. For example, let's say you like drawing portraits of people. Do they have to always have a single color background, like this black? Or could we switch it up and have different small scenes going on in the background? Something to really add a little bit more to the painting. But then again, we want these things to complement the painting, not take it over. So it takes a little bit of experimentation, but eventually you can find a balance you enjoy. Well, I appreciate everyone who took the time to stop and watch my video. I know we discussed a couple of different ways that you can see different art styles and perspectives, and the advantage of switching things up every now and then. Now, once again, this video was drawn through my personal thoughts and experiences, things that help me. They may not help everyone, but they do add a little bit more zest and flavor to the mix. Hopefully, this video was able to help you as well. And if it did, if you had any questions, if you liked what you saw, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, all that fun stuff, or share your thoughts in the comments below. I always like hearing what people have to say and hearing from other artists. And with that in mind, thanks for stopping and watching. My name is Alex, and this was my art channel.